Your father might not come home. That is what my mom said to us 40 years ago, and the words still echo in my heart just like it was yesterday. My name is Ivan. I'm from Malaysia and grew up in a family where Chinese traditions were firmly upheld. Before I turned 6, I lived a very normal life with my 3 older sisters who adore me, and my parents who ran very successful small businesses, a hair salon and a restaurant. We had a perfect life, and it was the envy of our relatives. On Sunday, my father would take mom and travel to Singapore to watch the horse racing. It was a popular thing to do back then. We had no idea at the time of the impact that journey across the causeway was going to have on our family life. One day, my mother burst into tears and told us that our father might never come home again. He was missing for a few days, and when he eventually returned, a fight broke out between my parents. I later learned that my father had lost a significant amount of money. Our family life shifted dramatically as my father went deeper into his gambling. To pay off his debts, he sold his very successful restaurant business. When I was around the age of 9, my mother told me to stay with a relative. Our family was separated. My sister lived with different relatives, and we didn't see each other for a while. I did not know the reason, and I was missing my mother terribly and crying every day in school. What followed was my first experience of depression and anxiety. Life became very challenging for us. We were continuously moving from place to place, and sometimes my parents would ask relatives to look after us. The home was never the same again. It was chaotic, broken, and lonely. I could not make any friends at school, nor could I tell them where I live or invite friends to visit. Mom worked a long day, and we all helped run the household to make sure she had a good rest after work. We knew she cried herself to sleep at night. It was hard to be a teenager and witness my mother going through this. I felt hopeless and helpless while harboring anger toward my father. In February 2001, I came to New Zealand. Through studying social science and psychology, I realized my childhood trauma had severely impacted my well-being. I joined Asian Family Services in 2018 as Deputy Director and Public Health Lead. For over 18 years, I have worked in mental health and social development in NGOs, local government, and the public sector in New Zealand. I wish there had been services like Asian Family Services back then in Malaysia, a service for individuals and affected others to gain help and support. Life could have been different for my parents and for me. I'm sharing this in the hope that people, especially Asians, will come forward to get help. Help is available and it is free and completely private. Professional support is available for anyone experiencing harms from their gambling in New Zealand and their affected others, such as family and friends. People who are being harmed by their gambling can fully recover with the right support and early intervention. Asian Family Services is the only agency in New Zealand providing support in several Asian languages. It is private, confidential, and a free service for everyone who is impacted by gambling harm. Both the gamblers and affected others. The service is funded by the Ministry of Health through a gambling levy. If you know someone who is experiencing harm from their gambling, encourage them to get help, understanding, and support from professionals. Hope and help is always there for you.